working today, so I'll just have to use my big boy voice as much as I can. Well, it's a girl. Clover Grace Thompson was born this last week. She has arrived, and she is beautiful. And just to tell you a little bit about how it happened, I was sitting at the dining room table getting ready to go off to my elders meeting, and I went in to talk to Josie to see if I should even go to this meeting because I know she was starting to have some contractions and some pain. And I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't even go. And she said, no, just go. She wasn't sure if this was the real deal yet. And so I went to the elders meeting. I got about halfway through and I got a phone call. And so apparently she had gone into the doctor just to get things checked out. And lo and behold, she was already like halfway there. She was at 7 centimeters already. So I took off for the meeting. And it was a while later. It was 11:10 that she came into this world. It was 11:10 that I got to say those words to my wife that she has been waiting for so many years to hear. It's a girl. and it actually, it took a while for that to sink. I had to repeat it a few times for that to actually sink in. It's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. And it started to sink into me as well. I was starting to get a little bit terrified. It's a girl. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with a girl. And she doesn't even come with an instruction manual. And it was like, 8,000 pieces of paper given to me by the hospital there. Not a single one of them was an operator's manual for this child. And on top of all that, I'm neither sitting down for this part because this is just outrageous. After this all happened, they sent us home with the baby. Like we're supposed to know what we're supposed to do with this child. And they just like, oh, thank you for choosing Bell Hospital. Enjoy your human. And then it's I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. And if you're a parent, you know what this is like. When you first become a parent, you're sent home with this small human that you are supposed to care for and know what you are doing, and yet it doesn't come with an instruction manual. And you're faced with this, this just terrifying reality, like you are in charge of someone else's life, and some of us go, I'm in charge of their life? I'm not even that good at running my own yet. How am I supposed to run a child or run this child's life and to care for this child? And I always say that, raising children is incredibly difficult. It's also wonderful. I always say that raising children is both the most difficult and the most awesome thing that anyone will ever do. But they don't come with instruction manuals. And actually, if you go out and you try and seek advice, you will find out that there are any number of people willing to give you advice. But they all have different answers for the same exact problem. And they all think that their answer is the answer. Actually, do me a favor. Go home later. Get on the internet, go on Google. Okay? And I know that's hard for some of you. You're not that good at computers like my father-in-law here. But just go on Google and you can type in this question: what to do if my child won't sleep? You will receive 69 million results. Okay, that's no joke. 69 million results. Every one of them has the answer, and every answer is different. People they have opinions everywhere for what you should be doing as a parent. There's no instruction manual. All these different opinions come into play. And so you can almost kind of feel the tension, the inner turmoil that must have been going on inside of this father that was in our gospel reading for today. Kids don't come with an instruction manual. So what do you do when your son is invaded by this evil spirit that causes him to collapse, foam at the mouth, grind his teeth, become rigid? And what do you do when this thing, whatever it is, it keeps infecting your son and it even threatens the life of your son? What are you supposed to do? Imagine yourself for a moment as this child's parent and ask yourself the question, what would you do? Because I'm willing to bet that if you have kids, you know the answer to that is anything. I would do anything. Absolutely anything to help solve this problem, to find some way, because it's my child. I would do anything to save my child. And all parents here feel the same way. I'll do anything. If there are 69 million possible solutions to this problem, you better believe I'm going to be starting at 1 and going all the way to 69 million because I'm going to find it. I'm going to do anything that I possibly can. I still remember when Josie and I were living in Texas, and my son John came home from school one day, and he had what was called a neurological tic. He had no idea what was going on. When he would blink, he would roll his eyes, and he would jerk his head to the side suddenly. And we called our doctor, our family doctor. He was a good friend of ours. He was at the congregation that we were at, and he said, DJ, you got to get your son into the hospital. He said this could be a lot of different things. It could be a concussion. It could be all the way up to a tumor. And so we didn't know what was going on. And so he said, and I said, where do I go? And he said, well, the only neurologist I would recommend is all the way down in Fort Worth. And it's the middle of rush hour, and it's pouring down rain, and I did not care. I didn't. I was going to go. Nothing mattered to me. I was going to go. I was going to bring my son in the hope that maybe this would heal him. And just so you know, everything ended up fine. It was just a natural thing that kids sometimes go through. But it was to the point where it's like I would have done anything to get there so my son could be better. And any parent would do the same. So when this father hears that there's this guy named Jesus, and that he heals people, and that there's some possibility that maybe this guy named Jesus can even heal his son, you better believe that this father does anything that he can to get his son Jesus. And he runs home, I'm sure, and if he was his parent, he would pick him up, he would carry him if he had to, he would drag him if he had to, all the way to Jesus. He finds Jesus' disciples first. And when Jesus' disciples can't heal his son, then he carries his son all the way to the front of this crowd of thousands of people, fights his way through this crowd of thousands of people clamoring around Jesus to bring him up to Jesus and say, Lord, I bring you my son. All of this just in the hope that maybe this guy can heal him. Today you see this desperate man bringing his son to Jesus because nothing else has worked. And I really wonder how many different remedies to this situation this man has been given. How many pieces of advice, parenting advice, this man was given in this situation. Oh, you know what the problem is? It's wheat. You got to cut wheat out of this kid's diet. That's what's going on here. Or you know what the problem is? This kid, he's not getting enough vitamin C. You got to give him some more vitamin C. Or, I've got this doctor that you should go and see. This doctor, he can really do it. And then somebody else over here says, no, that doctor, he's terrible. You need to go and see this doctor over here because this is the one that has the solution. How many of these different solutions has this man gone to before finally coming to the solution in Jesus Christ? And then look what happens here in the gospel reading. You look toward the end of the reading, you can see this father saying, Lord, I bring to you my son. And then Jesus looks at him and says, you deaf and mute spirit, I command you to come out of him and never enter him again. The spirit shrieked and convulsed him violently and came out. And the boy looked so much like a corpse that many said, he's dead. Jesus took him by the hand, lifted him to his feet, and he stood up. Brothers and sisters in Christ, today I'm going to give you some parenting advice. And if you are a parent, if you know a parent, or if you ever plan on someday being a parent, you should probably listen up. And I know that it seems weird that I'm going to give you parenting advice because I've already confessed to you that I don't really know what I'm doing, but it is because I don't really know what I'm doing that I give you this advice. Take your kids to Jesus. Bring your children to Jesus. And I don't care what you have to do to get them there. I don't care if you have to carry them. I don't care if you have to drag them. I don't care if it means late nights or early mornings. I don't care if it means that they call your kid a dork. I don't care if it means that your kid can't be in sports. Whatever it takes, bring your children to Jesus because there's an entire world full of demons trying to destroy them. And that's their only goal, their only purpose. That is what they are trying to do every day. In this world, they've got some really whacked out priorities for your kids. This world will encourage your kids to chase after scholarships. This world will encourage your kids to chase after money and the best job and the most success that they could possibly have. This world is telling you that you should raise your child to have a great job and make lots of money, and that is a terrible, terrible goal for your children. Bring your children to Jesus. Your children need the goal of salvation. And Jesus is the only one. Jesus is the one thing that can save your children. Bring them to Jesus. And I say all of this to you as as a passionate plea from a father who knows the terror of dying children and also the joy of children that are saved. Is as I go through this sermon, as I think about the last few days, I still remember standing there in the hospital and holding my newborn daughter and just marveling at how eerily familiar all of this felt. Because it wasn't but a few years back that I was sitting at the kitchen table getting ready for an elders meeting. And I went in to talk to Josie because I wasn't sure if I should even go to this elders meeting because Josie hadn't been feeling well because she was going through a miscarriage. And so I went into our room and I found her asleep and I went to wake her up and she woke up just a little bit and I went to help her sit up and she blacked out. And so I went to lay her back down in the hopes that would help. And when I laid her down, she couldn't even breathe. You could hear her gasping for air. So I scooped her up and I ran her off to the emergency room. And after getting there, they did a scan on her and they found out that, yes, she was going through a miscarriage, but there was another pregnancy that they missed. It was actually twins. And one of the twins was in her fallopian tube, and the pregnancy had ruptured, and she was bleeding to death internally. In fact, she lost nearly half of her blood, and then at that, the doctors then took my wife away without me even getting a chance to say goodbye. It was there that day in that waiting room that I knelt down and I did what this father did. I put my children and my wife in the hands of Jesus Christ. And I prayed, Lord, I don't have an instruction manual for what to do in this situation. There's no solution that I can come up for this thing that is going on. Lord, will you save me? And it was there in that waiting room that he reminded me of the promises that he has made to me. Promises that he has made to you as well. That at the end of all things, you and I will be raised up from the dead. We will stand next to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and we will see everything that he has done and say, God's perfect. Everything that you've done. It's incredible. Even when it comes to these children that I lost, God, you did the exact right thing. God, everything that you have done is awesome. Your hands have worked perfection. Those hands are the hands that hold my children. Both the ones that I lost in the hospital that day and the ones who are sitting right here in this room with us right now. Those hands hold my children. And this church, these people that are sitting around you, myself, Amanda, Sunday school teachers, all of this exists to help you do exactly that, to help you place your children into the hands of Jesus Christ. That's the only reason that we're here. We want to help you do it. It's not our responsibility to do it. It's not our job to do it. It's yours, but we want to help you. This is the reason that we do confirmation. This is the reason that we have Bible study. The reason that we have youth trips. The reason that we do Sunday school. The reason that we do all the things that we do in this place. Because we want your children. We want you, your grandchildren, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, all of them to be in the hands of Jesus Christ. Because he saved. And today, we're celebrating what we call Rally Sunday. A day that we celebrate the beginning of another year of Christian instruction here in this place. A year that we're going to be teaching your kids about Jesus Christ. That we're going to try and place them into his salvation. And as we do that, it's my prayer that you would do what this father did. That you would kneel down. That you would say, Lord, I bring you my son. Lord, I bring you my daughter. Lord, I bring you my mother, my father, my grandchildren. Lord, I bring you myself. Save me. And I tell you, brothers and sisters in Christ, he will. Every time. See, this is the reason that it's not going to be but a couple of weeks and you're going to see me back here up front in this place, and I'm going to be bringing my daughter up to the waters of baptism right here. And I'm going to place my daughter into the hands of the Lord. Because I know that he can save her. Do the same. He will save. Amen.